CJ7 that we were working on. So what we did is, while we were gone, we put the leaf springs on the front. Still needs a hanger on the passenger side. We just got the fender in, just got it on. It still needs to be dialed in a little bit. But just so to show you a little bit of what we're going on with. We painted the valve cover, got it running, got the fender on it. It's a little better. But as you see, the rear of the truck is actually a little higher than the front, because the fronts are 2.5-inch springs, the rear are 4-inch springs. We're going to change that. We're going to make it 2.5 all the way around. Right now, what I'm doing is I am flushing out the cooling system because there happened to be some oil in the radiator because it had a head gasket problem at one point. They changed the head gasket to fix the engine and didn't flush out the cooling system. So that's what we're going to do today. And I will be putting in this stuff. And I've already cleaned out the overflow bottle, which I'll put on after I'm done with the cleaning. And then we're going to back it out, get a little better picture of it, and you'll see me do the flush and we'll see how that goes. And I've already taken the coolant out of the system. The radiator and everything is full of just water. I'm just using water and the radiator flush that I picked up. So we'll go ahead and dump that in there and see how that goes. Now this is actually a flush and degreaser. So never used it before, but we're going to try and see how it goes. Already read the directions. Yeah, yesterday I was flushing it out, but I was trying an old trick of using dishwashing detergent. It worked okay, but there's a little bit more oil in it than I was hoping to have after I was done. So anyway, so I've got that in there. Give me a second and I'm going to start it up and let it run for a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll show you how when we drain it, okay? Okay, so we went down in there. It's pretty clean. This is after we did the flush. I think it's going to be all right. It's actually getting out the air bubbles out of the system now because I completely drained it. Just water in it. And once I get all the air bubbles out, I'll drain enough to put antifreeze in it. One thing you may want to take note of is not to put ice cold water in a hot engine. This thing wasn't that hot. It was warm, but it wasn't that hot. I was able to take the drain plug out without burning myself or anything. If there's pressure on this hose here, the upper one, if there's pressure on that with the cap on, do not take that cap off. It will burn you. So once it cools down, you can take the cap off, drain it out, and then what I did is I went ahead and filled it back up with fluid, and now it's just getting the bubbles out of it, warming back up. Once that's done, that'll pretty much be that for that. And then we'll go on to the next thing, which will probably be the rear leaf springs on this thing. And that might be in another video. So anyway, thanks for tuning in and watching. And we'll be back on the Jeep project when we start working on the rear end. Oh, there goes the fan, so that must mean it's warm now. Anyway, again, thanks for tuning in. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.